Top 25 Chef de Partie Interview Questions and Answers. A chef de partie plays an important role in any professional kitchen because they manage a specific section, maintain food quality, support junior staff, and help the kitchen run smoothly during busy service. Employers look for someone who understands preparation, timing, hygiene, teamwork, consistency, and pressure handling. In a chef de partie interview, you may be asked about your cooking skills, leadership style, food safety knowledge, menu preparation, stock control, and how you handle challenges during service. These questions and answers will help you prepare confident, practical, and professional responses for your interview. 1. Tell me about your experience as a chef de partie. I have experience working in fast-paced kitchen environments where consistency, preparation, and teamwork are very important. As a chef de partie, I understand that my responsibility is to manage my section properly, prepare ingredients before service, cook dishes to the required standard, and make sure every plate leaves the kitchen correctly. I have worked closely with sous chefs and head chefs, followed recipes and presentation standards, and helped junior team members when needed. I am comfortable working under pressure and maintaining quality during busy service. 2. Why do you want to work as a chef de partie in our kitchen? I want to work as a chef de partie in your kitchen because I see this role as a great opportunity to use my skills, improve further, and contribute to a professional team. I enjoy working in kitchens where standards are high and every dish matters. I am interested in learning your menu, understanding your style of service, and bringing strong discipline to my section. I also want to grow under experienced chefs and become someone the team can rely on during preparation, service, and busy shifts. 3. What are the main responsibilities of a chef de partie? The main responsibilities of a chef de partie include managing a specific kitchen section, preparing ingredients, cooking dishes according to standards, maintaining cleanliness, controlling stock, and supporting smooth service. A chef de partie must make sure their section is ready before service begins and that food is cooked consistently during service. They also need to follow food safety rules, reduce waste, communicate with other sections, and sometimes guide commis chefs or kitchen assistants. The role requires organization, skill, timing, and attention to detail. 4. How do you prepare your section before service? Before service, I first check the menu, bookings, and expected cover so I understand how busy the shift may be. Then I review my mise en place and make sure all ingredients are prepared, portioned, labeled, and stored correctly. I check equipment, sauces, garnishes, and backups so I do not run out during service. I also make sure my station is clean, organized, and safe. Good preparation helps me work faster, reduce stress, and maintain quality when orders start coming in quickly. 5. How do you handle pressure during a busy service? During a busy service, I stay calm, focused, and organized. I believe pressure becomes easier to manage when preparation is strong and communication is clear. I prioritize orders based on timing, keep my station clean, and avoid rushing in a way that affects quality. If I need support, I communicate early instead of waiting until there is a problem. I also listen carefully to the pass and coordinate with other sections. My goal is always to keep standards high, even when service is intense. 6. How do you maintain food quality and consistency? I maintain food quality and consistency by following recipes, portion sizes, cooking times, and presentation standards carefully. I taste food when appropriate, check seasoning, and make sure every dish matches the kitchen's expectations before it leaves my section. I also keep ingredients fresh, store them properly, and avoid shortcuts that could affect the final result. Consistency is important because guests expect the same standard every time they order. I believe discipline, attention to detail, and strong preparation are key to maintaining quality. 7. How do you handle a mistake during service? If I make a mistake during service, I take responsibility immediately and focus on fixing it quickly. For example, if a dish is overcooked, underseasoned, or plated incorrectly, I would inform the senior chef and remake or correct it as needed. I would not try to hide the issue because that can affect the guest experience and kitchen flow. After service, I would think about why the mistake happened and how to prevent it next time. Learning from mistakes is important in a kitchen. 8. How do you work with other kitchen sections? I work with other kitchen sections through clear communication, timing, and teamwork. In a professional kitchen, one section cannot work alone because dishes often depend on several stations finishing at the right time. I communicate about order timing, delays, missing items, and any issues that could affect service. I also respect other chefs' responsibilities and help when my section is under control. Good teamwork prevents confusion, improves speed, and helps the whole kitchen deliver better food consistently to guests. 9. How do you ensure food safety and hygiene? I ensure food safety and hygiene by following proper cleaning, storage, temperature control, and personal hygiene procedures. I wash hands regularly, avoid cross-contamination, use clean equipment, and store raw and cooked foods separately. I check labels, dates, and temperatures to make sure ingredients are safe to use. I also keep my station clean during preparation and service, not only at the end of the shift. Food safety is a serious responsibility because it protects guests, the business, and the reputation of the kitchen. 10. How do you manage mise en place? I manage mise en place by planning ahead, understanding the menu, and preparing everything needed for service in the correct quantity. I portion ingredients, prepare sauces, check garnishes, organize containers, and make sure everything is labeled and stored properly. I also think about backups, especially for popular dishes, so I do not run out during a rush. Good mise en place allows me to work quickly and confidently. It also helps reduce waste, improve consistency, and keep the service running smoothly. 11. How do you handle feedback from a senior chef? I handle feedback from a senior chef professionally and positively. In the kitchen, feedback is part of learning and improving, so I do not take it personally. If a head chef or sous chef corrects my seasoning, plating, timing, or method, I listen carefully and apply the correction immediately. I may ask questions after service if I need better understanding. I believe accepting feedback shows maturity and respect for kitchen standards. My goal is always to improve and match the expectations of the kitchen. 12. How do you train or support junior chefs? I support junior chefs by giving clear instructions, showing them the correct method, and helping them understand the standards of the kitchen. I believe training should be practical, patient, and direct. If a commis chef is struggling, I try to explain the task step by step and check their progress without making them feel discouraged. I also lead by example through cleanliness, timing, and discipline. Supporting junior chefs helps the whole kitchen because stronger team members make service smoother and more consistent. 13. What would you do if your section was running behind? If my section was running behind, I would first stay calm and identify the main reason for the delay. I would communicate with the sous chef or head chef immediately so they understand the situation. Then I would prioritize the most urgent orders, simplify my movements, and focus on completing tasks accurately but quickly. If help was needed, I would ask early rather than allowing the delay to become worse. After service, I would review what caused the issue and improve my preparation. 14. How do you control food waste? I control food waste by preparing accurate quantities, storing ingredients properly, using correct rotation, and checking stock regularly. I follow FIFO, meaning first in, first out, so older ingredients are used before newer ones. I also avoid over-prepping without understanding expected covers or menu demand. Trimmings and leftovers should be used properly when safe and suitable, according to the chef's instructions. Waste control is important because it affects food cost, kitchen efficiency, and sustainability. A good chef de partie should always respect ingredients. 15. How do you manage stock in your section? I manage stock by checking ingredients before and after service, reporting low items, rotating products, and making sure everything is stored correctly. I pay attention to expiry dates, freshness, portion control, and expected usage. If I notice that something is running low, I inform the senior chef early so it can be ordered or prepared in time. Good stock management prevents shortages during service and reduces unnecessary waste. It also helps maintain consistency because the section always has the right ingredients available. 16. How do you deal with conflict in the kitchen? If there is conflict in the kitchen, I try to stay professional and focus on the work. Kitchens can be stressful, especially during busy service, but arguments can damage teamwork and slow everything down. If there is a misunderstanding, I prefer clear communication and solving the issue calmly. During service, I would avoid making the situation worse and focus on completing orders. After service, I would discuss the matter respectfully if needed. I believe respect and discipline are important in a kitchen team. 17. How do you make sure plates are presented correctly? I make sure plates are presented correctly by following the chef's plating standards every time. I pay attention to portion size, garnish placement, sauce consistency, plate cleanliness, and overall balance. Before sending a dish, I quickly check whether it looks professional and matches what the kitchen expects. If I am unsure about presentation, I ask the senior chef rather than guessing. Good presentation matters because guests see the dish before they taste it. A chef de partie must care about both flavor and appearance. 18. What types of cuisine or sections have you worked in? I have worked in kitchen sections where preparation, timing, and consistency were very important, such as starters, mains, grill, pastry, sauce, or garnish depending on the operation. I am comfortable learning new sections and adapting to different menus and cooking styles. My focus is always to understand the standards of the kitchen and perform my section properly. Whether I am working with meats, vegetables, sauces, or plated dishes, I try to bring discipline, cleanliness, and attention to detail to every task. 19. How do you handle special dietary requirements? I handle special dietary requirements carefully because guest safety and satisfaction are very important. If an order includes allergies, intolerances, or dietary preferences, I read the ticket properly and confirm details with the senior chef or front-of-house team if needed. I avoid cross-contamination by using clean equipment, separate utensils, and correct preparation methods. I never guess when allergies are involved. I believe clear communication is essential because even a small mistake can be serious. Accuracy and care are very important with dietary requests. 20. How do you stay organized during service? I stay organized during service by keeping my station clean, arranging ingredients logically, and focusing on order timing. I avoid letting dirty tools, empty containers, or unnecessary items build up around me. I listen carefully to calls, track what is cooking, and prepare the next steps while completing current orders. Organization helps me move faster and make fewer mistakes. I also believe that a clean station reflects a clear mind. When my section is organized, I can handle pressure much more effectively. 21. What would you do if an ingredient was missing during service? If an ingredient was missing during service, I would inform the senior chef immediately and avoid making independent changes without approval. If there was a suitable alternative, I would suggest it, but the final decision should come from the chef in charge. I would also communicate clearly so front of house can be informed if a dish needs to be changed or removed. After service, I would check why the ingredient was missing, whether it was stock control, preparation, or communication, and help prevent it happening again. 22. How do you motivate yourself during long shifts? I motivate myself during long shifts by staying focused on standards, teamwork, and the satisfaction of completing a good service. Kitchen work can be physically demanding, but I enjoy the energy of service and the discipline of cooking. I try to stay positive, hydrated, organized, and mentally prepared. I also remind myself that every shift is a chance to improve my speed, technique, and leadership. When the team works well together and guests receive good food, that gives me motivation to keep going. 23. How do you respond if a dish is sent back? If a dish is sent back, I remain calm and professional. First, I listen carefully to the reason, whether it is temperature, seasoning, cooking level, presentation, or a guest preference. I would inform the senior chef and correct or remake the dish quickly according to instructions. I would not argue or blame others during service because the priority is fixing the guest experience. Afterward, I would review what happened and learn from it. A returned dish should be handled seriously and professionally. 24. What makes you a strong chef de partie? I believe I am a strong chef de partie because I am organized, reliable, calm under pressure, and focused on consistency. I understand that this role requires more than cooking skill. It also requires communication, preparation, hygiene, teamwork, and leadership within the section. I take pride in keeping my station ready and producing food to the required standard. I am also willing to learn from senior chefs and support junior staff. My goal is to help the kitchen deliver smooth service and high-quality dishes. 25. Where do you see yourself in the future as a chef? In the future, I see myself continuing to grow within the kitchen and taking on more responsibility. My next goal is to become stronger as a chef de partie, improve my technical skills, and build more confidence in leading a section. Over time, I would like to progress toward a senior chef de partie or sous chef role. I know that growth in this industry requires discipline, patience, and continuous learning. I am ready to work hard, learn from experienced chefs, and improve every day. Preparing for a chef de partie interview is about showing that you understand both cooking and kitchen responsibility. Employers want someone who can manage a section, stay calm under pressure, follow hygiene standards, communicate clearly, reduce waste, and deliver consistent food during service. Strong answers should sound practical, honest, and based on real kitchen experience. Before your interview, study the restaurant's menu, understand the style of food, and prepare examples from your previous work. If you answer with confidence, professionalism, and respect for kitchen standards, you can make a strong impression as a chef de partie candidate.